Tip is controlled by Michigan State.
And Temple goes 1-3-1 zone with Minuteman principles.
Tipped outside. There's the first offensive board. Charlie Bell guarded by Quincy Wadley out on the point in the 1-3-1.
Now Greer underneath has to get out and play people and still rebound. That's part of the dilemma, I think, for Temple.
See Glenn Greer, number 14, on the baseline. There's the collapse. Now Richardson. And from the corner, Dave Thomas gathers it in.
The counter. He carves out half the baseline. Kevin Lyde alone.
Kevin Lyde leads the country in offensive rebounding with 4.5 per game. That is his first in this game, and he's doing that essentially on one leg. Hampered by that tendonitis in the Achilles that we talked about earlier.
I think the leg is the least important weapon he possesses. He's got that wide back.
Hudson too far underneath. Saved by Bell. He's got Chappelle in the corner. Now kicks it right side to Thomas. They look for Anaganye. He was way inside.
Very good now. You can't knock him down with a sledgehammer. Good non-call.
Right side. Nearing the 9-minute mark, first half.
Vern Hudson very good at making himself available. That's what makes this offense go.
Bell. Chappelle.
They got,
and there it goes.
Well, shades of Hal Lear.
Yes, back in the mid-50s.
And John Chaney said the great All-American from Temple had better speed than Greer. He won't give him anything. A lin of talent, though.
Hal Lear and Guy Rogers, the backcourt All-Americans back in the 50s. Last time Temple was in the Final Four. Here's Chappelle, misses. Bell for three. You can't give him too many
people to beat them.
Inbound pass in the hands of Marcus Taylor. Taylor, Bell, Hudson. Adam Ballinger's come on the floor now, number 55 for Michigan State, and Andre Hudson. And of course, no change for Temple. Here's Bell off the mark.
A great check out. Well, you can't get out.
There is a change. Still hasn't got a basket in the game. Charlie Bell, nifty move.
Pretty.
Now let's see what he does. Brings it back outside. Jason Richardson. Finds Andre Hudson. Back to Taylor. Hudson, what a job he did of muscling Greer out of the way.
Now, this is their point zone or ball zone. A little different look.
Tom Izzo saying yesterday, okay, we're not a good shooting team, but if we get our points on second chance, we'll do it.
Well, Judd Heathcote told me, he said, like, coach, just throw it up there and chase it. They can go after it.
7-2 edge in offensive rebounds so far. 7-2. Shot clock at 10. Richardson finally
tough out. Just got to give him a couple of opportunities. And the push, trying to get some early stuff.
Kevin Lyde now 4 for 5 from the field, and he has kept Temple within hailing distance.
Now I think you got to get Rolishin to move. You got to pop in, make him come up, turn and look under. There's Hudson. High-low right here.
Hudson was available at the free throw line. They didn't find him. Now back and they'll reset. 10 on the shot clock. Hudson out with the pick.
Double
Marcus Taylor, yep. Charlie Bell lies out. There's the mismatch. No place to go. Shot clock at 1.
I'm surprised Michigan State on the second bounce at least didn't get down there and dig.
Randolph came, but he just made a pass in. Now Marcus Taylor. Quick touch inside. There's the double. That leaves Richardson open, and he hits 2.
Great story there, and of course one here. Can John Chaney get his guys back in this thing and move on?
Maryland in the Final Four for the first time. John Chaney trying to get his team under his tutelage in the Final Four for the first time. And here's Wadley.
It's the space dribble or the fadeaway.
Defense fueled this. They got the 3 turnovers. And now trailed by 3. 4.5-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Back to Taylor, splits the defense. Little runner in the lane. No.
They only allowed him 18 points at halftime in the NCAA tournament.
Michael runs it down. Cincinnati with the game's first possession.
And there's that matchup zone. Play a man in the area of the floor.
Johnson bumped back outside beautifully. Quickly cross court to Kenny Satterfield, the freshman from the Bronx.
It's going to be interesting to see how the young guards can attack this matchup zone.
Kenyon with the game's first shot and the first miss. Battle.
Cincinnati wants to beat you in transition, but Temple's an outstanding defensive team in transition. They really slowed the game down with that matchup. When you and I had them here the other day against DePaul, they were running up and down the floor. Not today, my friends.
You can't pull the trigger on that quick, easy shot against Temple. Satterfield will go for it, and he's off to the right.
Cincinnati, that's their advantage.
So far, Dick, Temple is out rebounding Cincinnati 4-1. That is a huge edge when you're trying to slow it down.
Also, when you look at that Temple baseline, they got some physical presence in there with Lyde and Barnes and Karcher on the glass.
Johnson, 3, no.
Hey,
rebound Temple, it's a 5-1 rebound.
Wiley can flat out shoot the trifecta. I'll tell you, Cincinnati's got to lace them up. They got themselves a battle on their hands today. 42 in a row at stake, the second longest winning streak in America. Number 1 at stake.
The runner, no good.
Taken out hustled right now, Brent. They're not playing with that pizzazz and that spark we saw last Sunday.
Because of Temple's defense.
Exactly.
Satterfield shoot well when he's at the point. I think he shot about 18% in those 8 games that Sanchez missed completely because of an injury to the other ankle.
You're exactly right. He shoots better than 40% when Sanchez is on the floor distributing the ball to him.
So we'll have to keep a separate score here, Dick, as to what happens to the team score when Sanchez is out of the game, because obviously it's a different looking Temple offense. We saw that.
+3 with 7 minutes to go when he went out. The one thing that they do well, Temple, because of the matchup, they don't put you on a foul line a lot. You look at the numbers statistically, you don't get many foul opportunities.
Turned it over.
They use it because it's very difficult to teach the discipline that's involved in playing the cutters against the matchup. Look at the shooting percentages.
Here's Logan, the 3, rattled out.
The guard that jumps in. I'm sorry, the UNLV and Nevada, Las Vegas will do the same thing, but I don't think Doug West can sky with Tim Perry. Timmy almost every game gets the tip immediately in the hands of Ramon Rivas. And we're just about set for the game of the year in Philadelphia basketball, tap controlled by Mark Plansky, the senior forward, Villanova. And the Cats in their navy blue trimmed in white move to our right. The Owls in their home white trimmed in cherry. It's Doug West. The Owls open in his zone as expected.
Again, they're trying to match up. Let's see what Villanova runs. They run a lot of sets against zone defenses.
Tim Perry is fronting Tom Grice as he moves to the corner. The in and out Grice to Plansky. Good hot ball movement for West for 3.
Box, they can score on the wing. And remember, they're playing America's best. 42 in a row they've won on this floor. 42. The last time they lost was in November of '98 to Arizona State in the NIT preseason.
Martin out high. He's been quiet here in the second half offensively.
That matchup keeps him quiet. Doesn't get great looks on the inside. Got to step to the foul line area, is wide open.
Came outside. No.
Some productive minutes off that bench. Stepping in for Lyde. They are going to be such a major factor in the NCAA tournament, this Temple team, especially with a healthy Pepe Sanchez.
He looks healthy enough to lead today, and he just got picked off big time by Tate.
I'll tell you, they could be my choices, one of my Final Four teams.
And Tate here today, and let's bring in Brad Doherty. What about the matchup zone down low by Temple right now, Brad?
Well, Temple's to be commended. Their discipline is outstanding in the zone. What happens as the game wears on, you have a tendency to work higher and higher, leaving the backdoor lobs and that type of thing open. They're staying very tight in the zone, and Ronald Rollerson, who's in there, the big wide body, has a lot of activity. He's been doing a very good job on the backboard.
Fletcher kicks it out, and Logan fires the tray, rattles in Satterfield. So the lead stays at 2.
And the free throw line.
59.
Free throw lines hurt Temple. They don't get away, though, do they, Brent? They don't get away, the Bearcats, from this club.
Very few teams do get away from Temple.
We got 2 quality teams hooking up here.
The steal.
12th in the nation. It's 8-3 Villanova. We've played just under 2 minutes. It's an overload for Doug West. Plansky very comfortable on the perimeter. There's West. Good board, Rodney Taylor kicks it back out front, they'll restart it. And you talk about tempo, neither team really sitting on the basketball through the first several possessions.
I think both teams can play either style, to be honest with you, and they'll take what's given to them. Both very well coached.
There's Bryce, Rivas has him as he
You tell all week, hey, Frieswick's going to shoot the three, why leave him alone? And that's just a mental lapse.
Wilson can't split. The perimeter defense. Very active Gary Massey with Tim Perry.
Someone's going to get a foul, Massey and Perry. They're pushing each other in there.
First time the shot clock has gone down to the 20 mark. Plansky has West wide open. So West is now 2 for...
The 1-3-1 is open. Howard Evans gets the ball in the right hands.
The Owls very active defensively. Villanova works the perimeter. It's Bryce at a high post. Screens for Wilson. Gets the drop off. Good looking penetration.
Set though against Villanova.
Good look Wilson to Massey. Blocked by Perry. But Massey runs it down.
I got 3 blocks for Tim Perry early. What's the average, 4 or 5 a game?
The average is 3.3. But he also alters about a half a dozen a game. Has 3 blocks thus far. Wilson tries to penetrate. Evans strips him. Good bounce for Bryce.
That's a good move.
Macon now with 9 in the ball game. It's a 1-point game. The Owls in their 2-3. And this time it's Coswell fronting Bryce. And that's another dimension John Chaney never had before. A 7-footer who could leap to be able to play low post defense. Wilson goes side to side. Shot clock down at 18. West, he wants it. And Howard Evans now becomes the 13th all-time scorer in Villanova history, passing Jimmy Williams. He's well over the 1,300-point mark. Wilson warding off with one arm, throws it away as he gets committed.
Taylor's doing a good job with his body, pushing Perry maybe a step out, but he doesn't like it. If Perry can get in a little bit closer, but Taylor's holding him off the board.
Wilson controls the floor. Plansky sneaks corner. That's a tough catch. And gets it back for Wilson. And this time Rodney Taylor saying high post screen for Wilson. He'll spot up from there. Good set offense.
Didn't have to come earlier. He is a load down there. Good touch.
Joe Crispin averaging 20 points per game. And his brother John Crispin with a newly shaved dome, it appears to me.
Well, he said he couldn't get any loose in town here, so he went for the sort of bald look.
I gotcha. Nice defensive job by a little more than 2. It's a 3-2 Penn State lead. John Crispin. There's Jossie Klein-Hurd. Kick it back outside. Into the corner.
And they came on the second dribble. I think it's too late. You got to go earlier on the big guy. They've got him catching it out 6-7 feet. That's what they want initially. Don't let him bounce to ecstasy.
15.5 to go first half.
Where these shooters drag the defense, you can slip guys to the foul line, to the corner.
Nice move off the dribble, but then absolutely dismantled its first 2 opponents in the tournament, Texas and Florida. Heavy double-digit wins in both cases.
Good starts, and they get a little jumper here.
And again.
Jefferson's one of those guys, he says, seems to find a way. He's active on the offensive glass.
Largest lead of the game now, 7 points for the Temple Owls. Brandon Watkins has come off the floor. Now the backup point guard, number 10, has the ball into the corner. This an 11-2 Temple run. Jamal Tate also out there. Tyler Smith being harassed.
Remember, Watkins has made some timely shots. He's a good point guy. Understands how to get into holes. Short.
There's that Rainmaker boy back on the Penn State bench. Joe Crispin, Titus Ivory, Jamal Tate, Tyler Smith, and Ndu Egekezi. Seldom used reserve is on the floor.
And look at this double up. That's where they're tough. Open
Another
floor.
turnover. Here's Jefferson. Watch out.
He felt he got tagged. As Lynn Greer continues to wow. He owns that 3-second lane like a guy I used to remember in Philly, Earl Monroe.
Right. Well, the problem's compounded for the Nittany Lions. Into the corner.
Oh, goodness. That hit the pipe, I thought, of getting something to work. And that's what's important when you sit on the sideline for Jerry Dunn and his assistants. Where can we go now as the zone comes out, takes the Crispins, Ivory out of the shot selection. They got to settle deep. Nice extra pass there.
Now they've got Lynn Greer down to the baseline as a trailer.
Well,
Penn State. John Crispin fights for room, can't find anything. They go way outside to Tyler Smith.
Well, they're 1 for 8 from deep to Crispins, and that's a dilemma. They need scoring from them. They get 26 points a game between them.
There's Rollerson coming to help on Joe Crispin. Into the corner for John Crispin.
Look at the reaction on the shooter.
Titus Ivory. Boy, it's tough.
It's a vice. And all of a sudden, 13 and nothing. They're on the perimeter, 25 feet away.
10 on the shot clock and really frustrated. From the corner. Nope.
I think you can stretch the floor. You can make them do some things, but not quickly. That's one of the Crispins is helping us announce. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
John?
Yes, I did. John and Joe Crispin in the backcourt. Tyler Smith, Jossie Klein-Hurd, and Titus Ivory for Penn State. Well, that's a interesting way to...
Unfortunately, Hawkins goes 5 people removed.
Yeah. John was talking to Nate Blackwell.
Yeah.
He's not talking to David Hawkins.
That'll come up later or in the early morning get together.
Tyler Smith. Jamal Tate. Guarded by Wesby.